All right.
Let's
Episode
go.
number 38, Winners Wednesday. Come on down, stick around.
Hey, girl.
You better stick around.
100%.
How's it going, man?
Very good. You?
I'm good, man. We need to have a nice intro. Our intros are always different.
Why? I follow.
I never know what to do. I never know what to do when the countdown gets to 0. I'm like,
me neither, bro.
All right.
Moi non
We
plus, je
need,
ne sais pas quoi.
we need
Honnêtement,
like-
je suis pas un
we need
on
like
n'est
a-
pas des pros, ça paraît-tu? On veut juste jaser, bro. On veut juste.
But we're going to be
discussion.
pros. We're going to be pros very soon. So we need to have like a signature thing, like I don't know. All right. Come on down, stick around. Il y a 25, il y a 20, il y a real one.
Donnez-nous. Il faudrait
All
avoir des bonnes suggestions, stations sur le.
Anyways, but like we are episode number 38 already. That's crazy. I feel like we just started. Episode number 38, Winners Wednesday. We're talking about Grant Cardone, 10x, taking 10x action, 10x goals, 10x everything. Chapter number 6, I think.
Yep.
Chapter number 6, it's don't be a little bitch. Literally.
Stop whining.
What it's called.
Find solutions. You have problems? Be the solution. Let's discuss whiners, bro. We're discussing the victim, like the people who are victimizing themselves all the time. We have discussed. I feel like we're talking about that every week. Because for us,
we're always talking about that. It's crazy. Yeah. We're always talking about the victim mindset. I feel like in every live it comes up. Sorry.
But bro, it was like at some point, like for you and me, I could.
But we've never been like that. We've never had that the victim mindset, the victim mentality.
No, I remember
like it rains outside, like to the point where if it rains outside and you lose power in your house, you're not blaming the weather. You're saying, you know what, it's my fault. I should have bought a generator. Now I can't cook. I can't use electricity, not because of the weather, because I didn't prepare. I didn't get myself a generator. And I feel like this applies to everything in business. It applies heavily when shit goes wrong. Like there's so many things that happened to me that went wrong in business, and it hurt at first. And man, I'm just as guilty as I guess it's just a human reaction, just to want to point fingers. But what good does it do?
But why?
Does it solve any problem?
We always do that. Naturally, it's like pointing fingers. It's just easier.
No, because we don't want to be wrong. We don't want to take. It's easier. It's so much easier to put the blame on somebody else or something else. Because that always comes back to, in my opinion, it comes back to ego. You don't want to take the responsibility for yourself because you're hurting your pride or whatever. And it's just easier to say, "Oh, it's Felix's fault. It's Felix. He's the reason why."
Yeah, and let's be real. Like people are acting like victims. They never get to attract success. Like it never. Like problems happens to them all the time, but never success. They never win. Like they just happen to always be the witness or be part of drama. You know,
it's energy. It's just an energy that is being released into the universe, and they're attracting this kind of energy.
And it's not like they're not capable. It's not like they're not capable. They're just not willing to take responsibility. It's not like they're not able to, because that's what they say most of the time. They would say, I can't because. I have reasons why I can't apply for jobs. My back hurt this. I have a screw in my look at this. I have a screw in my how many people I've heard saying they can't.
Yeah, your wrist looks a bit fucked up over there.
I have screws in my wrist, and I wash windows with 55-foot long poles, which my doctors would have told me, "Ben non, tu peux pas faire ça. Voyons, it's not a job for you. Let me write down a nice paper for you." And I would have been the perfect case of I can't.
Look, somebody who's born in a rich family, okay? If I compare your situation to somebody who's born in like a rich family who didn't have to lift a finger their whole life, you would ask them to like let's say their parents said, you know what, I'm cutting off your allowance. You need to go out and get a job. That would be out of the question for a person like that, un enfant gâté, somebody like that. If they had a wrist issue, in their head it would be no, it's impossible. I can't do that. Impossible. But then you have somebody like you who is
it's because I don't let someone else tell me what I cannot and can do.
Yes, but it's also like you're still doing what you need to do. At the end of the day, regardless if your wrist is fucked up and you have like screws in your wrist, you're still doing what you have to do.
Because how boring, bro. Like how boring would it be? How boring. What a life. Can't pick up a shovel to do it for myself. And that would be a hypocrisy, by the way. Because if I'm at home, I need to dig for my own garden, I would pick up the shovel and dig the hole. But when it comes to work, I would be like, no, I can't work because of this, because of that. I have my wrist, I have my back, I have my. People are just like, it's just not being true to yourself. You're lying to yourself. You're playing games. You're playing mind games, and it goes and it travels. It builds real estate in your brain. Once it's there, once it's sitting there, you're not doing anything. You're not going to move. You're not going to try. And of course, it's going to hurt. As soon as you pick up something, you pick up grocery bags, of course it's going to hurt because you're not training it. You're not doing anything. You're not pushing weight. I went to the gym. I had a personal trainer. We were talking about this yesterday. I had a personal trainer. And because of my wrist, he made me do different. I was still training. I was still going to the gym every day, pushing weight. Pulling weight.
You know what? Though,
just in a different way.
Look. My back hurts, so I have to go to the gym. It's not. I can't go to the gym because my back hurts. I go to the gym because my back hurts.
You could turn that
because it makes me feel better. Even if I have back pain, even if I'm not gonna lift up heavy weights, I'm at least gonna go walk on the treadmill or stretch or do yoga. Or even just sit in the sauna. Have you ever sat in the sauna when your muscles are sore? It's the most incredible feeling ever.
Not
just to sit in the sauna.
I can't remember.
And I grew up around people like having this kind of mentality. They're like, oh, my back hurts, I can't go to the gym. Or no, it's the opposite. You need to go.
The thing is, you prevent yourself from any further successes. You prevent yourself from anything. Nothing's going to happen. It is impossible to take big actions if you just don't take responsibility in the first place. You're not going to take big actions. We're not going to trust you enough. Because you already have a hard time figuring out the little problems you have to deal with. Why would I trust you for the big things? I won't. So it won't happen to you. You prevent yourself from further successes in life. This is serious. This is serious matter. If you think this is just like some regular conversation and why should you not do it? This is not why you should not do it. You should not do it. You should change, do a complete 180 and switch it completely. Anything you were thinking about, like, this, I had an accident. It happened to me. Well, maybe you should rethink about that. Maybe you should investigate. Did it really happen to you, or really it happened because of you? Because you were there. Because you're obsessed with going to the clients and meeting the clients, doing hand to hand. Now you had an accident. Do you really need to go to the client's place all the time to do this, to do quotes?
Hey,
do that?
Welcome, Nicolaj.
Welcome back, bro. This guy's there every day. Do you really need to be there? Like, do you really need to show up? Do you really need to, like, I know it's deep a little bit. I know some people will be like, hey, c'est pas de ma faute si j'ai eu un accident. Well, it happened because you left.
No, but it's like, what can I do now? I got into an accident. How can I, instead of blaming like, it was his fault or her fault, they smashed into me and now my arm is broken.
Qu'est-ce que ça change anyway?
That changes. Ça change absolument rien. So you're in that position now. do something about it. Go to a therapist. So you move around. You don't move your wrist. Do something. Do something. What's it gonna do? Sitting there, you're gonna okay, maybe. But wait, you kind of do mentally feel better for like 2 seconds when you put the blame on somebody else. It's like you're taking the burden off you. You know, Johan. You're taking the burden off you.
But it's instant. It's instant. It doesn't last.
It's instant. It's instant. It doesn't last at all. Because then after you're back, you're like, my wrist still hurts. Like,
you know, I don't know if you've been to the hospital because you had a broken something, and your mom came and was sitting there, and you guys just had that conversation, waiting for the doctor because you're gonna be there in pain for a while, right? You're just gonna be sitting there, rethinking the accident for like, and it's just gonna loop back inside of your brain. You're just gonna talk to your mom for like, it happened to me. I was just talking, and yeah, that happened. You could sit there and talk about all the people that were involved and that got you there. But there's nothing that will change moving forward. If it's not you changing you, nothing would change moving forward because nobody's going to change for you. Nobody's going to change their behavior. No excuse. Oh, I'm so sorry. Will change your situation and change moving forward. What will happen? The only thing that could change moving forward is if you change your attitude, your mindset. Hey, I got hit in the face. I was at the club. I got punched in the face. I did nothing. I just spoke to that girl, and her boyfriend came up and jumped me. What should I do next time? Hey, it's up to you. If you want to go back to the club and go party again next weekend, it's up to you. For me, I would have taken a break. I would have think to myself, well, maybe I should take a fucking break to go to the club, get hit in the face by random people because I can't control that. The only thing I can control is my feet going to the fucking club on Saturday night. That's the only thing I can control.
Or if you want to go, or if you, I could respect somebody who says, you know what, I'm going to go out with, I'm going to go out with my friends and have fun at the club with a possibility that somebody might smash my face, and I'm okay if it happens.
No, but if you don't want to get your smashed face, now you're out there just rethinking of yourself.
Nobody wants a smash, bro. Nobody wants a smash face. Nobody wants a smash face. But also you can't live your life wearing a helmet.
I didn't go to the club. I stopped going to the fucking club. I hate the fucking clubs. I don't.
No, but I'm just giving an example though.
I stopped going there because of these bullshits. I stopped going there at one point. I was just tired. If you're not tired, go. I was tired. I was like, you know what? This ain't for me. Like, good. If you have fun in the club, good for you. I don't. I hate spending money there, waiting in the fucking frost. To go there, listen to music I could listen to in my car. Like, I don't want to go there. I don't like the clubs. Like, if you want to go, go. Me, once it happened, some drunk boys. I was done, my friend. I was done. I was like, this ain't for me. I want to build businesses. I want to keep my my safety is more important than these. And that's it. I'm done. I was done. If you're not done because you feel like you could have a good fight on Saturday night with your boys, good for you. Me, I was done with it.
I think Paige liked your story. He's like Frost. It kills me. Shit. Should we send an invite to Paige to join the pod? So Paige, you want to join the
H, maybe you have better network than Jordan, so we could talk better.
Yeah, you can just replace me in that case.
You have a good computer, Paige? But yeah, bro, I feel like it's just equally impossible to do something positive if you spend time making up excuses. It's just impossible. You won't make it. Some success is not something that happens to you guys. Like, people are typically having success are taking big actions. And they take it upon themselves. Like, they're not waiting for it to happen. And it's not a lottery. And they know that. Because they've been able, as soon as you're able to create success for yourself once, you know the path. You know the code. You know how it works. And you look at others just like, man, this ain't it. excuses and reasons why you were not there at the proper time with the proper equipment, with the proper stuff to do the job, to do the whatever. Like, it's just not it.
It's just like, how can you create solutions by being a victim? How can you think about your business? You own businesses, and your job is to find solutions. People who have a victim mindset can't solve problems. You have to be proactively saying, like, okay, this, the
can't hear you well, bro.
Can I now?
Your voice is
Hello?
completely. Ouais, c'est bizarre.
Hello?
Ça coupe énormément, bro.
Yeah, no, bro. It's another week, bro. I'm gonna have better internet. But like I was saying, like, having the victim mindset, you can't really solve any problems. It's like being a business owner, you have to solve problems for people, and you can't really solve problems for people if you're just like a victim. But I think that owning businesses gives you that mindset, like, automatically.
Only business
because
what?
you're kind of working. Because look, I think that's a perfect example. When you own a business, when you have a business, you have no choice to solve the problems of your business. Even though, like, a client did something stupid, for example, your client costed you a lot of money, they broke something, whatever. Are you going to sit there and blame the client all day, or are you going to take charge and solve the problem, whatever the problem is? I can't give you an example right now, but I feel like owning a business automatically gives you that mindset of not having a victim mindset, because you have to solve the problems that are happening. You have a choice. Versus somebody who's working for somebody else, doesn't necessarily care much because it's not their business, they're just working for somebody. Can you hear me okay, Phil? Or
no, not at all, man.
You can't hear me good.
No.
Shit, okay.
Can you guys hear Jordan? Let us know in the comments.
Bro, hello?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Okay, bro, my thing was... Yeah, I think now you should hear me. My thing... Bro, how long were you not able to hear me for?
Now it's been like 5 minutes. I was not really hearing you well, but now it's better.
Bro, you let me talk for 5 minutes without saying anything. What?
No, but bro, it was not that bad before, but now it's just like it was. I told you, like I left you talk, but I told you I can't hear you, bro.
Okay. Okay.
Is it fine now? Fix it.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, it's good. My microphone got disconnected for a second there. I don't know how long it was disconnected for. I might have moved my laptop and it just came out.
George, avec les problèmes techniques, c'est rendu un classique dans le podcast.
What I was saying, can you hear me okay? I want to just touch over my... I want to just talk about what I was just talking about, that when my microphone got disconnected. What I was saying is, how can you solve problems when you have a victim mindset? When you're running a business, your job is to solve problems for your clients. And how could you solve problems if you have that victim mentality? So I was saying, somebody who's working for somebody, most of those people, they don't really care about the job that they're working for. So they're going to play victim mentality, or they're not going to take responsibility as much as if you're owning a business. If you own a business, or if you start a business, it automatically gives you that desire to not be a victim. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you own a business...
Does it give you automatically the desire? No, but it gives you the vehicle.
It gives you the vehicle. Things. And why? Because it affects your bottom line. If you don't solve problems, it's going to affect your bottom line. If you play the victim, you clearly see that you're not getting... It's like a direct measure of your pay at the end of the day.
Pretty interesting. It's a pretty interesting question.
It's a direct measure.
It is, because at the beginning you lose a lot, you know? You're not winning all the time at the beginning. You're on the tryouts.
When you're clocking in and out, okay, for a company that you don't really care much about, and you're just showing up just to show up, doing the bare minimum, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't affect your pay you can play the victim all day. As long as you're doing the bare minimum and you don't get fired, you're still going to get paid. But by owning a business, it gives you some kind of responsibility, and it gives you that I find it gives you that mindset automatically. That's how it was for me. When I was managing my Airbnbs, when I was managing my properties, dude, I knew that if something happened in the Airbnb, if I knew that a customer was if a guest was there was a leak or something, or like there's a damage or there's missing supplies, that's on me. It affects me. They leave a bad review, they can ask for a refund. That affects me.
Yeah.
So should I complain? The cleaning lady didn't replenish the supplies. No. What's that going to do for me?
It's funny you talk about that, because I didn't recall really at the beginning when we started Uninet, me and Kev. I remember we had experiences of being accountable, and I remember when we started Uninet, me and Kev, it was like our first contract, like our first very serious contract was 2 months after we started. We picked up the post production studios of TVA in Longueuil, and we had to start at 12 o'clock because these guys, there were nobody there starting at 12 o'clock. Before that, everybody was working. But 12 o'clock at night, we were clocking in. We were going there, me and Kev, and we were doing the contract by ourselves. And why by ourselves? Because at the beginning we had no employees, and we had no ways of really make sure that everything was going to be fine. It was a big contract, so it was like a 7K contract a month that we started with that. It was at night, so we were able to do everything we were used to do in the daytime. We were just working for $7,000 a month, me and Kev, from 12 to 6 o'clock in the morning, and working in the daytime. We were not going to sleep after. We're just working in the daytime, and going to sleep at like 8, sleep 4 hours, not even, go straight to TVA and start at 12:30. And we lost that contract. We lost that contract at the beginning, not because we were not good or because it was not well made, because we didn't own the contract. We were subcontractants. We started off as subcontractants. So I picked up that contract, but I was not the company invoicing TVA. I was invoicing another cleaning company. And that cleaning company was not doing well on the managing side of things. They were not invoicing the proper hours. They were cheating. And we lost our income source. We lost that contract, not because of us, because of the other guy, that were on top of us. And they were probably charging way more than 7K. So of course they kicked us out like dirty socks, and we learned from that experience. The contracts that we had after, my mindset was completely different. And it was I don't want to say well, I could say it. We worked at light speed for every night for like more than a year, for like 2 years. And we were subcontracting there also. But when we were there, I had 12 employees working every night, cleaning 112,000 square foot every night. 12 employees, because there was a lot of extras, lots of things. You saw that contract; it was crazy, and everything that happened there, behind those walls, good or bad, with my employees, whatever, was mine. It was my fault. I took responsibility. I was not waiting for that other company, I was just taking for myself. I was trying to get that contract for myself. I was trying to build my brand at that point, not be the subcontractant of someone else and live like that for the time being, because I knew from the last time, I knew this could change. I could lose that, and it's not even my fault. Like they could do something at the office and I'm not there. They fight with the owner and we lose it, and then the rest is history. We stopped subcontracting. We started getting our own deals. We hired a team, and we started, doing the things our way. But I feel like it's always a learning curve. You need to learn that. You need to learn how to leave your fate in someone else's hand. Realize that that's not the way, and that you're never going to win that way. You're never going to get what you want that way.
So you have
then
the
take responsibility can't come into action. Then you're like, if I want to do this, if I want to pull this off, I'm gonna have to really wake up early in the morning. This will take time. This will really take me be accountable for everything that we do as a business, as an
right, because it affects your bottom line at the end of the day. That's why you have no 100%. Choice to take responsibility. And when I made the comparison, when you're working for somebody else, most of the time you don't really care. Not that you don't care. I'm not saying you don't care. I mean, like, if something goes wrong, it doesn't affect you. It affects your boss more than it affects you. That's why taking accountability wise, when you're a business owner, obviously, just the fact of owning a business just makes you you have no choice to take accountability. You could be pissed. You could be pissed and shout and scream, and you do, and we do, right? You could get mad. It's just in the moment. You're only human. We're not robots.
But then you're in solution mode right after. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, solution mode right after. Exactly. You're pissed.
Then you're back at it. You can't stay in the blame game forever. You can't just be in the blame game.
That's the key. You can't stay in the blame game. You can't. And in some instances, I would say it is good to get mad. Maybe when you're around, like, your employees would see you get upset. You need that kind of need that, because it shows that you're serious. It shows that you're not going to tolerate it. But then after you get into solution mode right after.
You know what we should do sometimes? Instead of blame, we have I realize that we have the tendency to blame first. So to find who did it first, like, who did that? Like, okay, something happened. Someone forgot to send the clients a quote. Let's say it fell in between of two chairs, whatever. We have reflexes that tend to go like, hey, who did that? Like, who did not do their job? And I feel like most of the organization should focus on fixing first. Okay, something happened. Let's fix it. Let's fix it first as a team. Let's take the hit as a team. Find who did it afterwards, because in the process of fixing it, you'll find who did it, right? We'll find it as you try to fix it. You'll have des indices à gauche à droite qui vont dire, okay, now I know who did it. Now I know who did their job, who forgot. But most of the time, you'll find out that it's not even that person. It's as you're fixing, you'll find out that it might be a team problem. It's not even that person's fault. So you would have like put yourself into a fight with someone to end up being, ouais, c'est vrai. As a team, we should have took the hit. Like, first, we should have took the hit. It's not really your fault. It's a team's fault. So what about not trying to find the how do you say coupable in English? I'm trying to say that word since
guilty. Like, who's guilty?
Let's not try to find a guilty one. Let's just try to fix the problem, find solutions. In the process of finding solutions, we're gonna find the guilty one anyways, and that person we'll have our talk with that person afterwards. Let's just fix it first. Let's not waste too much time right now on fighting with each other. That's just for organization. That's one very good actionable stuff that if you could take that out of our podcast and just
wait, say it again. Can you say that again, nice and clearly?
Yeah. So something happens, and someone forgot anything. Someone forgot to send their quote. Someone there's a client that called for customer service, and they were not properly responded in a proper in a timely manner. Whatever happened. I realized most of the time there was a lot of these occurrences where it was a team problem, not a person problem, not a personal, it was not a person's personal fault. It was not their fault. Yes, they could have told us, hey, boss, there's a problem in the system. Yes, they could have said that, but in the throughout the day, all the tasks, all the things, you can't blame everything on one person, especially when you're in an organization, you're a business, you're a team, you're supposed to work as a team. That person's problem is also your problem as a business owner. That's how I was visualizing my team at Lightspeed. My 12 employees there, I was visualizing us as one. So when one kid was not doing their proper cleaning in one bathroom on the 4th floor, I was taking the hit as it was me. As if I did not do my proper job of a boss of telling them, hey, on the 4th floor. And most of the time when you investigate, you realize it is. You are the problem. They didn't know because there was actually a reason. You could go there and be like, hey, no excuse. You have to be that. But if you take that as a team, it's completely different. It's another game, because you go like, oh, you forgot. No, we forgot. I forgot to tell you this on the 4th floor. Let's make a better plan for the next person, because he will forget too. He'll pass by that bathroom also. This mistake will reproduce itself. You need to be more on the forefront of fixing things before finding the guilty one, finding who did the mistake. It's not important. It will fix itself later on. And 99% of the time, you'll find out that you were also guilty as a business owner, as a manager, as an organizer of the floor, whatever. You'll realize that you had something to do with it. So it's better to just fix things as a team and find guilt. Like if there is to have a guilty, you'll find it later on. You'll find it anyhow. You don't need to look for the clues and the stuff to find the guilty one and then talk to that person. Let's just talk as a team first. Hey, someone forgot. Who cares who forgot? I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to you, and to you. So that person, whoever it is, forgot that bathroom. We need to keep to think that bathroom might be forgotten because it's hidden or whatever. There's reasons. We all know there's reasons. There's always reasons. I don't care about the reasons. I care about
the solutions. Exactly. And you know what? It makes when you have that kind of environment, your employees are going to hold each other accountable.
Yeah,
you're going to have that kind of vibe that they're going to hold each other, because like if one guy fucks up, the other guy fucks up, and then the other guy fucks up. It's like they need to do their job in cohesion. And so they kind of will tell each other, like, and they'll help each other out. And that's a kind of, workplace that you want to.
Not only that, the occurrences that I started to witness before my only eyes. I started doing that, and afterwards, I was showing up sometimes later on job sites, and I was talking to my guys, and they were like, "Hey, Felix, we had some problem this morning. We couldn't find an outlet. We couldn't find stuff. But here's what we did." And they were proud to tell me, "This is what we did. We found solution. We talked to the manager, and the manager told us, yeah, you go there, Instead of waiting for me, which was, classic. You come to the job site. They're there. They're waiting. Yeah, we couldn't find an outlet. Couldn't work. Waiting for you. Classic. You give them the potential, the ability to think for themselves, because, like you said, as a team, they get used to work that way. So they're just proud to show you, hey, we took it, on a pris de l'avance.
We took initiative.
We took initiative, exactly.
Yeah. We had a problem.
Here's how we found. Yeah.
And we didn't need you.
Exactement. Yeah. That's a winner mindset. 100%. You can't lose that way. Even if you're an employee, these guys are my employees. They're winners to my eyes. They're gonna stay. 100%. They're gonna have c'est sûr qu'ils sont les premiers à avoir une promotion. I'm thinking of them when I'm thinking responsibility, accountability. I'm thinking of them. I trust them now because they know how.
Based on what you're based on what you're saying is you have that in you because you have a lot of responsibilities. So one actionable step, if you ask me, that to tell somebody how to let go of the victim mentality and to be more taking responsibility mentality, is just take more responsibility.
Takes more responsibility. Just take more.
When you have a baby, automatically that's one. I'm not saying go have kids, but if you have a baby, bro, if the baby shits on the floor, well, you're gonna blame the baby.
You're gonna leave it there.
You're gonna leave it there. No, you're gonna clean it up. And doing stuff like that, like taking responsibility and putting yourself in the position to have to fix the problem, I think is the only way, in my opinion. Put yourself in those situations. I became obsessed with putting myself in situations where I had to take responsibility. This is why the victim mindset for me, it doesn't apply anymore. But it's like we said, and I'm glad we agreed that at first, we're going to yell, we're going to scream, we're going to turn red like a tomato, and we're going to try to find out who did it, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're gonna get into solution mode like this. We yell, we become a tomato, and then we calm down, we think, and we come up with solutions. But that's what it is.
But you know, the position of victim is never a secure one. I feel like some people find also some kind of,
it depends who their surrounding is. It depends who their
they
surrounding
feel secured
is.
as a victim.
Could be around people.
Crazy.
If you play the victim mindset and then you're around people that are like, oh, sorry, little Johnny. And you forget it. They're going to grow up like that. They're going to grow up with that mentality. And then they're
so sad, bro. It's like you would never know. Acting like this, you would never know how it feels to know what to do. You never get to know what to do because you never try to find what you should do to fix your things. It's always something else. It happened to you. It's not your fault. So you're never going to know. Therefore, you're never going to get to know how to not get yourself in those situations again. You're just always in the problems. How bad is that? Like how crazy is that? If you're a victim, it's just bad things happening to you. And nothing else. And like I have to say this, like as a consultant, as a financial consultant, I had people coming, responding to my ads, and I had to filter that. Yes, all my clients had problems. All these clients that were calling me, they had problems. But if I could sense that victim mindset, I was not taking that client. I was not going to take it because I was going to be the sponge that, absorb everything they're going to pitch at me. It's not my fault. It's that reason. The government got us into that situation. It's not my fault. That's me as a financial consultant,
that's a classic.
Like we're just gonna finance all these problems forever. It's never gonna end. Like we need to find solutions first and the financing right after to finance the solution, not the problem. If we finance the problem, it's failure. It's bankruptcy, bro. Like it's done. Like might as well just close the company right now and sell it while there's still value. That's what I was telling them. As soon as I could sense the victim mindset, I was leaving. I was telling them bankruptcy.
Yeah, because
or sell the company
on everything. Oh, you missed a spot. Like,
what do you mean?
Stuff like that. You're cleaning windows. You missed a spot. Like it could be like one of their employees that like dirty the surface, and they'll be like, "It's you. You have to come back and clean again." You don't want those customers.
To get where no, but I meant consult, not customers in the cleaning business. I meant clients in the consultant business when I was doing business financing. Clients in the cleaning business is different, but to get where we want to go in life, you must assume control. You must assume control over things that even appear is not under your control. Like even the stuff that feels like you have no control over, you need to manifest control over them and be like, hey, this happened to me, but at the end of the day, like, let's find a way, like you said, about the electricity. And they give that example in the book, You lose electricity, you could blame the city, you could blame the country, you could blame your taxes not going to the right spot, you could blame a bunch of people, or buy a generator. And just stop complaining. You have two choices, but it's all about choices. It's all about choices. Do you want to spend your energy and waste time and valued resources complaining, or be the one that is for solutions? It's your choice. It is a choice. But just know that once you make the choice of victimizing yourself, your brain also will also be programmed for that. Like it's the blueprint you're creating for your future. your brain will be wired that way. If you wire your brain as someone who is taking accountability right now for all the little things, you are wiring your brain as someone who is finding solutions for every little thing. It's just a muscle that's going to.
And how do you do that? And how do you do that? So how do you come with that mindset? How do you develop that mindset that we've developed? And I could say because like I used to be like that, bro. I used to and I still am at the beginning. When something bad happens, I'll automatically, that's just human nature. Yeah. I don't think I can get rid of that. Automatically, I'll blame, but then I'll right away into solution mode. How do I fix? How do I deal with this,
bro?
And that for me personally, I listen. I'm traveling a lot. I travel a lot alone. I was alone. I had no choice to take accountability. I was by myself. I'm building a business in another country. I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to help me. So when something goes wrong, it's all on me. It's all on me.
Can't call mommy. Can't call mommy. Mommy, come pick me. You can't do that.
No, I can't. And I used to when I lived close to my parents. When I lived with my parents, that's how it was. My parents were the scapegoat for my problems. And it took me leaving the country for many years to develop that muscle to, first of all, gain that.
So it makes up the point.
It's a muscle.
It literally makes up the point.
And you know what's crazy? I have pride in myself. It's like, maybe this is a bit too extreme, but it's to the point where it's like when problems come, I'm like, yes, another problem. It's weird, bro, but I'm like, yes, another problem for me to handle.
Tackle.
And it
you know
builds
what? It's because you don't.
And
if you're a winner, you are willing to take credit when you are winning, but also when you don't. You take credit for both. Because both are going to take you forward. If you take credit when you win, good for you. But you go forward when you take credit when you don't win. You're still advancing. Where people who are blaming others when they're not winning, I did not win this week because the clients were not there. The clients were not responding. No, you didn't make enough calls, bro. You just didn't call enough. That's why you didn't sell enough this week. You didn't reach people enough. And just say it. And it's fine. Nobody's mad. You just say it. This week, I was not focused. You just say it. And that's a winner mindset to say, hey, I lost this week because I was not focused. It may happen to you. It may look like it's happening to you, but it is happening because of you, because of things you did or did not do.
Yep, absolutely.
That's it. You could take it as you want. You could be mad at me. It's fine. But, victims only have problems. That I sign,
I told you the story, right? When I was purchasing that property in Portugal and I lost my down deposit. The person selling the house was a scammer. The person ran away with my money, with my 20% deposit on a house. Bro, this happened last year and I was so pissed. The guy literally took my money and ran away. And now obviously I have a lawyer and everything. So they're still working on it, but I still didn't get my money back. I don't know if I'm going to get my money back. And man, that good for the guy. The guy succeeded. He took my money and he ran away and he left the country. He probably planned it out. I'm never coming back. Because the guy, if the guy does step foot into any of the European countries in the European Union, they're gonna grab him right away. But man, I'm not gonna blame him.
That was something that I found very impressive about you. You just kept going. You just kept looking for another apartment. You were just pissed to not get that apartment. You were just pissed to not get the apartment. I remember you for that.
That
was impressive. I remember that, and
I was pissed, but I listen. I lost a couple of sleepless nights there. Then right after that, I'm like, you know what? What's the point of just sobbing? What's the point of just? So I wasn't sobbing, but I just, I was up at night thinking about it. I was depressed. Like I lost to $20,000, whatever. And I just sat back and I said, okay, what's the next step? I still want to buy another apartment. And I still went out and bought another apartment. And now I'm still dealing with this one. And I don't know if I'll ever get it back, but whatever. And now I learned my lesson.
You might not have a say in what happened to you, but you always have a choice about how you respond. You respond to it. You always have a choice. And you chose to respond in, going forward. Like, yes, like it happened. You did your due diligence. You did everything. You tried, but of course you're gonna make mistakes because you're still like starting. You're not at 100 doors. Like you're still starting. You're starting your business there, and mistakes are gonna be made.
And more
But
mistakes
you
are gonna happen.
kept pushing
The way
forward.
I kept pushing forward, and I saw it as, you know what, this mistake was probably gonna save me for a bigger mistake in the future. And I just decide to look at it like this. Because why not? Why would I want to think depressively? Why would I want to think negatively about the situation? Regardless if that faith, if I that's just what I want to download in my brain.
Yeah.
So to speak. So I choose to keep moving forward. I choose to learn from it, and I choose to believe that this mistake taught me from making a bigger mistake in the future. 100%.
You know what I think? When they say success is a journey. Success is not a journey. Success is not a journey. Don't or journey. How do you say it?
A journey.
Journey.
A journey.
Journey. Hey, Journey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Success not like it isn't. It's a state. Success is a state over which you have control. You do have control over the success you're creating for yourself. And I feel like people are thinking too much in terms of lottery when in terms of success. They feel like it's something that could happen to them. Why would bad things happen to you often? And success will just come to you as a result of luck. That is mind-boggling to me. And some people are just so easy on being like, yeah, I'm such a messy person. All these things are always happening to me. Like, I end up in accidents. Why do you say that? Like, why do you wire your brain like that? Don't do that to yourself. No, it's not happening to you all the time. And it shouldn't. And you should start right now thinking about what should I do right now to change that mindset. It's so
how guilty. You know what? I'm guilty of that sometimes. Like I'll be having a bad week, and I'll just throw out there like, oh, it's really not my week, or it's really not my day. I don't know if that happens to you as well, Phil, but sometimes that happens. But
it's not my day. It's not my week. It's not. I used to have that. And I was wasting. You know what? When I used to be like that, I used to waste that whole week. When I was thinking in matter of like, why is this week happening to me? And I see it differently now. I'm like, these weeks are just challenging weeks that are results of stuff that sometimes I don't see them as challenging weeks. I just see them as a result of actions that we did in the past to move things over. And you remember, like, past a couple months, we started losing contracts. Like, there's a few contracts that left. We had like 3, 1 major and 2 small ones. Like in August, I don't know what happened in August, just before the September. We used to take these as big hits, losing contracts, and like, why? But when you really look back, but studying these contracts, they were depleting themselves.
We didn't try hard to keep them because they weren't good contracts anyways. We spoke about all of them. We said, you know what? Let them go. We don't want them.
Let them go.
We don't want them. They're causing 80% of the headaches.
We won. We did not lose when these guys left. Calculating with the girl at it's funny because we're talking about accountability, and I was talking to the girl at the accountant, the accountants, accountability. And they were like, no, you guys are not losing money. You guys are winning money, not having these contracts, because these contracts were costing you a lot. And they were not giving you extras anymore. So it's been a while that these contracts were just flush. So you're better off without them.
And it's always those contracts that are like the lower end customers that are not profitable. Those are the ones that suck you dry.
They suck you dry. It might be a loss now. You might be crying for it right now because you just don't have proper context.
You don't have proper context. I like that.
If you really think about it, if you change your mindset completely and you start seeing these as just part of the process, they're just part of the thing. So you will stay successful. The state of mind that you need to keep to be successful with will stay. It will stick. Things will happen, but it won't change the way you feel about yourself. That's the power of it. And we need to go with this because it's been 50 minutes. But I want to say to the people who are listening that, you either create success or you don't, but you do create it. You create it. That's first. And you have untapped potential. You have gifts. They are there. I have gifts. I had untapped potential. I was working with Jord in sales departments back in the days. And I had untapped potential that I didn't know I had because I was making excuses, making reasons. Jord was there. Sometimes with our manager, Steve is always in the podcast. Sometimes you could laugh about me about all the excuses, all the reasons I was bringing to not do calls, to not call certain clients.
No, we all did that. Yeah, we all did all the weather shit. All the weather shit. Oh, the leads suck. Glenn, you remember the movie Glenn Glenn Ross? The leads are weak. You're weak.
You're weak.
And it's good to take that responsibility on yourself. Take it on your shoulders. Take it.
As soon as I started taking it on my shoulder,
find something to take responsibility for it. That if something fucks up, it's at the end of the day, it's hurting you. When you get yourself in a situation where when something goes wrong, you're getting hurt for it. Peo wants to know that movie. Peo, Glenn Ross.
Oh, he says, I know that movie.
Oh, I know that movie. Alec Baldwin, yeah. The leads are weak. You're weak.
You're weak. Yeah, I remember that movie was amazing.
But yeah.
But it's true. Your untapped potential lies behind that. You keep 100%. On giving reasons. You keep on giving reasons. You won't get you won't tap into that potential. You will stay under there, under which you're able to perform. You will perform to your full potential, even more than that. You will go into uncharted water as soon as you stop pointing fingers to other people, events, environment.
It's like
whatever.
It's like when you go to the casino and you lose money, are you going to blame the casino or are you going to blame yourself? I'm asking somebody in the comments.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Would you blame yourself? Would you blame the casino?
Or
would you blame the dealer? You ever been to a blackjack table where the dealer deals himself 21 like 5 times in a row? Have everybody blame. That's why they switch dealers, huh? Because it could psychologically blames himself. Yes, attaboy. Attaboy, Wall Street Wolf.
But I think everyone here, especially if you're out here listening to us, guys, you have a desire for greatness. You're here for greatness. You're not listening to me and Jord just because you want to spend the rest of your days being average. You have a hunger for greatness, and you have that potential untapped. It's not easy, but at the same time, it's not hard to go into that potential and tap into it. The one thing you need to do is increase responsibility levels at the highest point you could think of. Take responsibility, take control of everything that surrounds your world. If it's in your world, you're responsible of it. From now on, it will start changing. If you do that and things are not starting to change by next week, come see me. I'll issue you a full refund. I'll pay you back your money for being here, your full hour. I don't know how much you're paid. I don't know how much an hour of Wall Street Wolf is worth. I'll pay you back your hour. If by this week you stop acting like a little bitch, I promise you by next week things will start changing for you. You're going to have sales. Clients are going to start closing. You're going to start having results. If you stop whining, oh yeah, tu payes les 2 piastres, mon PO. On a un PO qui paye les 2 piastres. C'est parfait, on est correct.
Yo, Géo, did you sign up to our YouTube channel?
Yeah, I think he did.
I'm gonna go check. If I don't see you signed up, I'm gonna be very upset. Inacceptable. Are you writing to PO in the comments? Yo, Géo. Rich.
What a boy.
Okay, 56 minutes.
Let's go. We gotta go.
All right.
Was amazing. This one was one for the books, bro. I think I had fun doing this one. It was one of my favorite. That was a subject that I couldn't wait to
packed
talk,
with
packed with stuff.
With good actionable stuff. But yeah, I guess the takeaway of this podcast is the solution to the victim mindset is just take more responsibility. Take more responsibility that, like I said, if something goes wrong, it affects you. Or if something goes right, it also affects you. And I'll be there in 1 week. In 1 week, Wall Street. All right, guys. I'm going to put the banner up one more time. Go on YouTube. Sign up to our YouTube. It's written right there. YouTube.com/The Strategy Vault Podcast. We have a lot of fun doing these lives, guys. But it's time to go now. We'll see you tomorrow. Ciao, Phil.
Ciao. À demain.
Ciao, Géo.
Ciao, Géo. See you.